seconds. Josh Allen, I'm sure you saw this play in real time. He's trying to avoid Myles Garrett and Mason Graham. He's like, uh-oh, what's going on? And he turns his ankle, goes down. Something happened. It was clear when he got up. Josh Allen was not 100%. They took x-rays at halftime. He finished the game, but he did not look good at all.
Nope.
A lot of people, Josh Allen can't win the MVP.
And how about the offense when he came back?
The second half, they did nothing. Now, James Cook went nuclear first half. Thank you to my fantasy team. But he did nothing second half. They held on in that game. Colin, Josh Allen, 12 of 19 for $130. Here's McDermott on the status of his quarterback.
Josh isn't one to lead on. If he is, he's so tough, so competitive. It's hard to tell what's really going on inside of that heartbeat of his. He just loves being out there with his teammates. So looked like he threw the ball, well, but outside of that, I don't have a great feel for where he's at right now.
They've been very good. Brandon Beane's very much a cap guy. They've been very good with a cap. They need to hit on some draft picks. I mean, I'm watching that game when Josh Allen's not 100%. Cleveland's going toe-to-toe.
Yeah. Keon Coleman, another healthy scratch. The kid out of Michigan State. We knew he was a question mark coming into the season.
I think he's
Florida State. He might have started Michigan State. I don't know. He was a hooper, but he looks like a failure. Colin, here's the thing. Listen, I love football. I cannot deal with these star quarterbacks going down. It just concerns me. I mean, Christmas Day, we got 3 third stringers. I don't want to see Aludicon or whatever his name is on the Chiefs in the playoffs. Well, we need Josh Allen healthy, man.
No, Josh will be fine. But, we remember, just think of the quarterbacks that are making it. We're going to get potentially a Bryce Young, an Aaron Rodgers, a Darnold. We have redemption stories. We're going to have old Stafford. We're going to have young Bo Nix. I think all the quarterbacks I want to watch, almost all of them are there. Joe Burrow, we've said it for years. He's having to carry a less than ideal ownership situation. And Mahomes had a rare down year. I think it shows and illustrates the depth of quarterback talent in this league. I mean, I want to watch Purdy in the playoffs. I want to watch Darnold in the playoffs. I want to watch Jordan Love in the playoffs. I can't wait to watch Drake May and Caleb in the playoffs.
Wait, stop. Did you say Brock Purdy? You want to watch him in the playoffs?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, look at that. He likes Purdy.
All right, let's break this down. So, Patrick Mahomes had an off year. That's the narrative. But let's be real. He's had what people call a down year for 3 consecutive seasons now. How exactly is that rare? That's a significant chunk of his career. Don't shoot the messenger here. I'm just calling it like I see it. It's interesting to observe the shifting commentary. When everyone was lining up to criticize Josh Allen, the focus was all on his stat line. Oh, he only managed 130 yards, he's not playing well, and so on. Conveniently, they gloss over the fact that he clearly rolled his ankle and wasn't operating at full capacity. Funny how that critical context always seems to get omitted. My take? Josh is going to be just fine, based on how he was moving after the initial tweak. He rolled it, aggravated it, and it's undoubtedly sore. That kind of ankle sprain always reminds me of basketball analysis. You hear veterans like Reggie Miller say, "That's going to be sore tomorrow." They'll tape it up, manage it, and he'll play through it. I don't foresee it having a major long-term impact on his mobility. Getting an X-ray is standard precautionary protocol. If we were hearing about an MRI, that might signal more concern. That's when you think the medical staff might suspect something deeper. But as of my recording this, in the early hours of the morning, that's the dedication level here, there's no MRI news. X-rays are routine. If they haven't even scheduled an MRI, this is basically par for the course. You tweak an ankle, it's sore, you ice it, tape it up rigorously, and within a week or so, you're largely good to go. Even if there's residual soreness, it becomes a matter of pain management, something a competitor can push through when the moment demands it. The more intriguing question is how the Buffalo Bills navigate these next 2 weeks. Their situation is somewhat unique. They are undoubtedly playing for playoff positioning, but not with the same immediate high-stakes urgency as, say, a team fighting for the #1 seed. The Bills find themselves in a bit of a no-man's land. Examining the AFC playoff picture, they're currently holding the 6th seed. The tiebreaker scenarios are complex, involving conference records, games against common opponents like the Chargers and Texans. They have one more conference game left, while others have 2. It's a tangled web that will sort itself out. Realistically, winning the AFC East seems like a long shot. With the Jets floundering and the Dolphins not at full strength, Tua's status notwithstanding, he's not currently playing at an elite level. The Patriots have a favorable path in their remaining divisional games. If New England wins both, it's over. If they slip up once, the door cracks open, but it still feels like a remote possibility. The most plausible best-case scenario for Buffalo appears to be securing the 5th seed. Here's the frustrating part from the Bills' perspective. I believe this team, at its best, can beat anyone in the AFC. The issue is the road. It's not just the challenge of winning away from home, but the cumulative grind of travel. If they slip to the 6th or 7th seed, they are guaranteed to be on the road for the entirety of the playoffs. The 5th seed offers a sliver of different possibility. With some potential upsets in the wild card round, there exists a path, however narrow, where they could end up hosting a divisional round game, or in a truly chaotic scenario, even the AFC Championship. Is it probable? No, but it's a legitimate chance. As a 6th or 7th seed, that dream is virtually impossible. So, the dilemma emerges. How much do they care about seeding? Specifically, how hard do they fight for the 5th seed versus the 6th or 7th? The tangible advantage of the 5th seed might be a perceived more favorable first-round matchup, perhaps against the Pittsburgh Steelers instead of, say, the New England Patriots. But ultimately, to make a deep run, they'll likely have to go through the Jaguars, Broncos, or Patriots regardless. This leads to the philosophical question. Do they adopt the approach the Los Angeles Rams took last season? The Rams essentially decided seeding wasn't worth the risk, shut key players down, and didn't exert maximum effort in their final regular season game. The Eagles, their upcoming opponent, are in a parallel situation. Their seeding seems relatively locked, with only minor room for movement. Watching the Eagles-Commanders game, the overarching question was about their approach for these final weeks. Do you risk additional wear and tear on stars like Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Devonta Smith when the payoff is unclear? The Bills are in that same murky middle ground. And now, with a quarterback nursing a sore ankle, facing a physically imposing Philadelphia Eagles pass rush next week, it adds another layer. It's a fascinating strategic puzzle. If the Bills lose to Philadelphia, not a prediction, but a scenario, the worst-case outcome materializes. A loss, coupled with a Texans win, could see them plummet to the 7th seed. That would almost certainly set up a first-round date with the New England Patriots, with a subsequent road game against the 1 seed, likely the Chargers or Broncos depending on other results, looming. That path, wild card at New England, then on the road to the top seed, mirrors the arduous road the Rams faced last year. If that's a journey the Bills brass is mentally prepared for, then perhaps the incentive to go all out for wins right now diminishes significantly. The priority shifts entirely to health. You would aim to minimize Josh Allen's exposure, ensure he's as close to 100% as possible for the tournament. Because that's the unequivocal truth for Buffalo. With a fully healthy Josh Allen, they can win the Super Bowl. With a compromised Josh Allen, they could very well be one and done, potentially getting blown out in the first round. The entire season hinges on his health. Period. Looking at the Eagles, my guess is they'll play it conservatively. So, what should Buffalo do? I lean towards a conservative approach as well. I'm just not convinced what they're fighting for in terms of seeding is worth the potential cost. They could find themselves in Week 18 resting all their starters, accepting whatever seed that yields, even if it's the 7th. That could mean a first-round playoff game in New England, or it could be in Denver. It's still fluid. And how do you feel about facing New England? The team that beat you once was in the process of rolling you a second time before Josh Allen summoned a superhuman effort for an insane comeback win. It's a daunting prospect. I keep turning over these playoff paths for every contender, and each team's route is wildly convoluted. The more I analyze, the messier and more confusing it becomes. There are still too many permutations. No single path feels clearly optimal or easiest. There's no obvious, you definitely want this seed for these reasons scenario. The prevailing reality for the Bills is that they will almost certainly be on the road throughout the playoffs. If that's the accepted fate, then how much does it genuinely matter if you're the 6th seed or the 7th? The 5th seed holds value only if you firmly believe the Pittsburgh Steelers, or whichever team lands there, are a distinctly inferior matchup you can overwhelm. Maybe that's the case, but that's just my perspective. I'm very keen to hear yours. What do you all think about Josh Allen's ankle and the Buffalo Bills' strategy? How should they handle these final 2 weeks from a health and competitive standpoint? Is the priority maximizing rest and ensuring peak health for the playoffs, regardless of seeding and a likely road game against a top seed? Or is fighting for that marginally better playoff position worth the risk? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, whether you're in agreement with me or not. Let's get some discussion going. Maybe even some spirited debates, but ultimately, let's enjoy the conversation. Please consider subscribing if you're new. We're building a fantastic community here, and I'd love for you to be part of it. The goal is to create a space we're all connected to and excited about. Don't forget to like this video. It truly helps with visibility. Thank you so much. See you next time.